Welcome to Stay Tuned's Garage. My name is Alex, and today I'm gonna have a pretty chill video. We're just gonna wash my 1996 Honda Accord. So this car, if you've kept up with the channel, I crashed it not super long ago, a couple months ago. I sort of repaired the front radiator support. I still need to buy a new new bumper. I got a new hood for it, but it's a different color. And then this front fender is messed up from before the crash, so I'm gonna actually replace that because it's beyond repair in my opinion. This fender has a couple of like dents that are really hard to show you on camera. Maybe, yeah, you can kind of see them right there, a little wavy, but I think those are repairable, so I'm gonna keep that fender. But overall, the paint on this car is pretty good. Other than the fact, well, right now it's super dirty because I haven't washed it in a long time. So here you can see all of the dirt on the car, which is, I mean, it makes sense because it's dirty, but I've always had this problem with this car where even after I wash it, there's a bunch of contaminants in the paint. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm actually gonna clay bar the whole car except for this panel, the bumper, and the hood, and then that panel. So basically all the doors, roof back, trunk, rear bumper, I'm gonna clay bar all of that. And then this, the reason I'm not gonna do these is because the hood I'm gonna paint, that I'm gonna repair and possibly blend in the paint. I'm getting a new front bumper and I'm getting a new fender, so there's no reason in fixing those. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wash my car. I'm not gonna show you guys how I do it or try to teach, just because there's so many things that people like to do differently and that they'll call you out for being wrong. So I'm just gonna wash it, do a little time lapse, think what you want of it, and then I'll actually show you guys how to do the clay barring part, which that too can probably be misinterpreted. Alright, we're all done washing. So if you noticed in the time lapse, I didn't really wash the front of the car all that much, which is kind of dumb because that's the point of view I showed you. However, she looks pretty good from where I'm sitting, all shiny and stuff. But now fully clean. If you get up close to it, so here all close to it, you can actually see all of those contaminants I was talking about, and that's throughout the whole car. I mean, you come down here, it's the same. So I'm gonna give you guys, so we're gonna be in this little corner right here. Sorry, it's out of focus because I have it on manual focus, but blah. I'm gonna be in this corner of the car and I'm gonna show you guys how it looks right there. I'm gonna go ahead and clay bar that small area and show you guys an after in just a second. All right, real quick before I get started, this is the clay bar that I'm gonna be using. It's Mother's clay bar kit. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that link down in the description. You can go ahead and purchase this if you'd like. It's only about $20. And honestly, most auto detailing products are pretty good, and Mother's is definitely one of them. Really good quality. I recommend them. You can't go wrong with Mother's pretty much. Not sponsored, not anything, just my personal preference. There's a couple of brands that I'm like that about. So yeah, pick it up if you want it. You're about to see the magic it can do. So here's what it looks like before. Here is after. So as you can see, there's still a little bit every here and there. There's a couple spots like here where it's a little rock chip, but it's so much nicer. And that little spot right there is like a rock chip as well that has like rust almost. But yeah, that to that is a very big difference, especially when you look at the shine of that and then over here. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but with my eyes it looks a lot better. Try to get it's hard to manipulate the light in your favor. You can see it kind of right here. It's super clear. It's a really clear shine. And then over here it's not as great. But yeah, so that's just one tiny spot I've done so far. So now I'm just gonna show you guys how to do this. It's pretty simple. So I'm gonna set up my tripod so I have both hands to work with. And I'll show you guys how it is that I do it, at least. Alright, so here's a little spot that I'm gonna teach you guys how to go ahead and use the clay bar and the detailer. So the detailer is used for lubrication. It will basically lubricate the surface and the clay bar so that your clay bar doesn't just drag on it and scratch the paint. So what you want to do is you want to spray it pretty liberally. Spray your clay bar as well. This one's already slightly used. And then all you want to do is just start rubbing it. Just rub it back and forth. You don't want to do circles. You don't want to do random stuff. Try to stick to one direction. That way if you do manage to scratch something, it won't be as obvious to the eye. It won't be like those swirl marks on your car that you can always see. And once you're running out of lube, spray a little bit more on there. And just keep going. At first it'll feel really rough, and keep going till it's smooth. And this little area is getting pretty smooth. So now I want to move it a little bit up or a little bit to the right over here. And just keep working at it. So over time it's gonna get dirty, and you just want to fold it back into itself and then get a new flat piece like this, and then keep going with that. Once it gets too dirty, I'll show you guys an example of what too dirty is. Once it gets too dirty, you just go ahead and throw it out and get a new piece. And the cool thing about this mother's kit that I showed you guys is that you get 2 bars this big, so this is a tiny piece. This is like 1/10 of this whole bar. So the mother's kit gives you plenty of clay bar to detail your car, and do it a couple of times at that. Alright, so there's my super simple explanation of how to clay bar your car. Now I'm gonna go ahead, time lapse myself doing it to the whole car, and I'll give you guys a little. Hopefully I get to finish today. I might get a little tired and I have work later. But I'm just gonna start busting it out, and I'll show you guys the results when I'm done.
Want to take him in her arms and...
So here is the result of the roof. It is so smooth. Honestly, so satisfying running my hand through it. As you saw, I only did the roof. I'm actually gonna stop here for today, but I'm gonna keep going in the next days to come and do the whole car except for the front. But oh my god, it's a huge difference. I'm gonna insert 2 really like high definition pictures I took of a before and after, and I'll put those in the screen right now. As you can see, it's a huge difference. It's hard to pick up on camera, so that's why I took 2 still pictures. But the car's gonna look good. It hasn't looked that good in a long time. For reference, as far as the bottle, the detailer goes for the roof, I used about like half of the bottle, and I think most of it has to do with the fact that my car was so bad. It is so bad that I spent this is my 3rd time listening to the same song, and it's I'm listening to the Kamikaze album by Eminem, and it's my 3rd time listening to the same song since I started on the roof, not washing the car, just started clay barring. And I used this much clay bar, and as you could see, it's not super dirty. Some people would replace it at this point because it's getting kind of like brittle-ish in a way, like it's starting to like cut open and stuff. It's not as gummy. I think it still has a bit of a use, maybe to like touch up that roof tomorrow when I do this again. But yeah, so the clay that it comes with, it'll last you a good time. If anything, I'd say order an extra bottle of the detailer right there, right there. And I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. But that's gonna be it for me today. I'm really tired. I have to clean up, and I'm gonna work out and go to work. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. Please follow me on Twitter, Instagram. They'll both be in the description. See you guys next time. Peace.